okay?
I'm in some kind of factory. These guys are rolling out enough ordnance to invade a small country. Maybe even a big one.
Maybe even ours.
I'm getting out of here.
You can't.
Yeah, watch me.
Jason, if we can stop this whatever it is before it starts, we
And how the hell am I supposed to do that?
find a way. I know you can do it, Jason.
Well, that makes one of us.
Jason, come on.
All right. Fine. This is absolutely insane.
Welcome to the factory. The combat here starts out pretty simple, but towards the end it gets really tough because it's a long distance between save rooms.
We're on a deadline, people. The restoration needs another 200 units within the next hour. Impossible at the current rate of production, sir. Then speed up the conveyor belts. Or do you want to tell the commander to push back the liberation of San Francisco? No, sir, but I also don't want to tell him we wrecked the entire unit because we sped up the system beyond its safety limits. Then calculate how much you can speed it up to keep it within safety limits. Commanding control, we have the intruder. He's in the factory.
Deploy foam guns. We can't risk the production.
You can use either a grenade or some headshots there. Just be aware that you have 2 more soldiers on your way down here. And at this point it may not be obvious where to go, so what you want to do is drop a grenade on this vent in the floor, drop down to this conveyor belt and duck underneath all of these rooms, and then of course hop off before it carries you into the furnace. Now this encounter can be kinda tricky because there is a Fomba just above me that can really screw you up in taking out these soldiers. So what I like to do is just assassinate this guy first, then hop back down and shoot the other guy while clinging to the side of the wall. Like so. He may be off screen, but it doesn't mean he's not there. Once all the soldiers are down, the Fomba shouldn't be an issue. It may freeze you once or twice, but it won't really kill you if there's no soldiers to shoot you while you're foamed. You can either use grenades or hop up to it and punt it. Your choice. And this save room you could completely bypass, but I highly recommend that you grab it because it's a long ways back if you die here. Use these moving crates to traverse this gap that you would normally be unable to jump across. The idea here is to start out clinging to the left side of the crate and then move to the right side of the crate to block a whole bunch of their shots, but it doesn't always work out like that. Just make sure you jump off before you get carried into the furnace. And this is probably the most challenging portion of this factory section because it's a long ways to the next save room. So first up is an encounter that may screw you over if you're not prepared for it, because this vent kind of spits you out in the middle of all these soldiers. Instead, you want to cling to the right hand wall and shoot a grenade into this grenade vent. That'll take out the initial wave, and then you have a couple waves of reinforcements once the camera spots you. So I actually did that really poorly, and this would have screwed me over if I hadn't gotten lucky and leveled up just in time in order to not die. Anyway, the exit's in the top right-hand corner of the room, so hop up to the bars and use that to move across the ceiling over to the exit. And here is yet another major combat encounter with, as you noticed, no save room between the first one. Alright, start off with a grenade in this vent. It'll take out these two soldiers, and ideally, you would remain undetected and they won't open fire. That is not the case in my situation. Coming down here was actually accidental. I was just trying to take cover from the soldiers above me, and this is where I leveled up, and this is why I didn't die here. You'll also notice that there's a passkey inside of that room that I can't get to from this side, so I will be coming back here. Anyway, back to the main encounter. The next major guy that you need to take out is this guy up on this center platform in the red and black uniform with the SMG. For some reason, clinging to the side of this ledge doesn't really work. There's a box here that blocks your shots. So you'll either need to climb up on the platform or even jump up to him and assassinate him. Now, you're not out of the woods yet. In fact, the hardest part is just in front of you. You've got a Gatling guy above and a Gatling guy below. So what you want to do is shoot this vent and crawl in here for some cover. And then ideally, the guys below you won't have noticed you. Wait for the guy with the Gatling gun to walk onto that darkened stripe. That indicates where the flamethrower will shoot. Then shoot a grenade into this vent. And that should take them all out. Now, worst case scenario here is if the guy with the Gatling gun is in a position where the flamethrower does not hit him. If that happens, you cannot fight this. You have to run. Go grab the save room and then come back. Anyway, once they're all taken out, head down here to this grenade door and grab the passkey. Coming back up here to fight this other Gatling soldier is completely optional, and in fact, I decided to grab the save room before I took him on, just in case I died. At this point, the hardest part is behind you. For the next room, these flamethrowers shoot out in bursts, so pass through them between the bursts. Be patient here. This room is not hard, but rushing through it can get you killed because that fire does a lot of damage. This next room should be fairly easy as long as you hop up here and assassinate the first soldier and then shoot from up on this platform. If you can't land headshots off screen, the extra elevation will allow you to lob grenades across this gap to take out any stragglers. Couple of soldiers here, one down low, one up high. That's not really the primary threat here. The main encounter is in this room, and this is another turret set piece. As soon as they spot you, which is inevitable, it'll lock down the doors and you'll be stuck in here until you clear them all out. So hop on the turret, which is actually a rocket turret this time. And this encounter is really easy because there is a very conveniently placed infinite health resupply case just off to the left. So anytime you're low on health, hop off the turret, refill your health, and then hop back on. Oh, and just so you know, you can shoot the rockets out of the air with this turret so that you don't take as much damage. There you go. Once again, these turret set pieces are supposed to be fun, not challenging, so you shouldn't have any problems with that. One more minor encounter with a soldier and a bomba here. You can either grenade the soldier or drop the bomba on his head. Just use the crate for cover. And then you will find yourself in this room. Obviously, these things will kill you instantly if they crush you, but it's pretty easy to avoid them.
Let's see how they like it.
So we have acquired the foam gun, and thanks to the foam bow, we already know exactly how foam works. It freezes enemies such that they can't shoot you. What you may not know is that you can also use foam to make bridges and platforms if you have enough, and you can also use it to stick grenades to the side of walls or on ceilings where you may not have been able to place grenades before. Foam targets glow purple when you shine your flashlight on them, and you select foam using the D-pad. Now you can either use the full D-pad or just left and right. I prefer the full D-pad, which means that I select foam by pressing down on the D-pad. Otherwise, you just select left and right on the D-pad until you select the foam. So it should be pretty obvious here. Shoot foam into these glowing purple things to shut down each of these pistons, and that'll take down the factory. And if you run out of foam, there's an infinite foam case over by where the foam was. That's about going to do it for this section of the game. I'll see you in the next video where we're finally going to be getting the full suit of armor, not just this black bodysuit.
Claire, I took it out.